How about them Cowboys?
Angry Cowboys fan, are you down to ride? Angry Cowboys fan, are you down to ride? Drop a like on the video, go ahead and subscribe.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation and Angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. In Cowboys Nation, I believe every single fan who watched the Dallas Cowboys play the Philadelphia Eagles saw the level of effort when it came to George Pickens when he was out on that field. Not only did Cowboys Nation witness it, the crew over on Get Up saw it as well. On today's episode of Get Up, Mike Greenberg, Dan Orlovsky, Andrew Hawkins, Adam Schefter, and Will Compton and Taylor Lewan of Bussin' the Boys all discussed the level of effort given by the Dallas Cowboys' very own George Pickens. So we're going to take a listen to the 3 clips that I got for y'all, and y'all know what we're going to do after that. We're going to come back and unpack this raw and uncut. So, Angry Cowboys fans, let's take a listen to what the crew of Get Up had to say.
Not enough effort and not enough commitment to the team. For me, it's, do you want to be a part of this team and the future of this organization or not? And there is, to Hawk's point, moments when you go, I need more from you. You got to block the safety there. The safety runs by you. He gets in on the play. I need more from you when it comes to the ball not coming your way. Bottom of the screen. He goes, runs by the safety. Safety gets in on the play. And so there has to be this full package of commitment from George Pickens of you're going to be in on the contact of the play. Safety gets in on the play. You're running by your guy. You're a tremendously talented young man that's got a massive opportunity this season. But I can't have you jogging in run concepts or jogging in pass concepts if the ball's not coming your way. You're too talented and you're too important to your team. Hembo sent me a note. He hit 15 miles per hour last week on the GPS, 18% of the time.
Burning.
That's not enough. That's not enough, dude. You got to be all in. I need to watch that tape and know that you're fully committed to every single snap and you want to be a part of the team. Because we can't, as the head coach, say, I'm all in on him, and the culture, and then have people not on the field representing the culture.
Cowboys Nation, I hate to admit it, but Dan Orlovsky is absolutely correct. This Dallas Cowboys team needs more dedication, more commitment from their number 2 wide receiver, while others are out there giving it their all. I said this during a space on X. The Dallas Cowboys can't allow their players to give half-ass effort and expect to win the games this season. This has to change against the New York Football Giants. But jumping into the second clip, Will Compton gives his perspective on the whole take. So let's go ahead and take a listen to what Will Compton has to say so we can come back and talk about it. Roll the clip.
Did you see the same thing, Will?
Yeah, Danny-O. I mean, listen, we were backups in the game. The things that we would probably do for talent like this,
oh God, yeah,
is the most disappointing thing, because you see a Dallas team, they got a young offensive line, they're pushing piles, they're finishing plays, they can run the football. You see the look in Dak's face, like as they're trying to go and win this game against Philadelphia. And just to see some of that effort on George Pickens, he's on my fantasy football team, so I was bummed about it as well. But you got to get more, man.
You got to get more, but this is something that we've seen in the past when he was with the Steelers. There's been multiple plays where you see him not giving a whole lot of effort on plays when you know he's not getting the ball.
Yes.
This is not a situation where, you know, Schottenheimer's going to go and he's going to fix it with a conversation behind closed doors, because I guarantee Mike Tomlin has done the same thing. This is a Dak Prescott-led, player-led team that needs to pull him into a room and say, just like you're saying, are you in or are you out?
I mean, Will's right. Dak Prescott needs to go to George Pickens and just have a heart-to-heart with him. Have a captain talk with your wide receiver, too. Like, bro, I need you to give 100% while you're out there on the field. But this is a part of the things that made the Dallas Cowboys premiere a little bit hard on the eyes when it comes to watching that game. You've got 2 great wide receivers out there on the field, one being targeted a bit much, while the other one's just running his routes half-heartedly. Honestly, if he's going to do that, then the Dallas Cowboys would have been better off just keeping Jalen Tolbert at wide receiver 2 and trying their luck there. We need a hell of a lot more effort when it comes from George Pickens, but we'll talk about that more during my Raw and Uncut portion, so make sure you stick around for that. But jumping into the last clip that I got for you, Taylor Lewan continues to cook during this segment. So let's go ahead and take a listen to the segment so we can come back and unpack this Raw and Uncut. Roll that clip.
Schottenheimer, he preached in his press conferences about marrying the run to the pass. If you want to establish a good run game, you need your perimeter players to be able to block. That's how you extend those plays from getting 4 yards to now you're getting the explosive 15 to 20 yards. Without George Pickens being an essential part of the run game, you are not going to be successful long-term as an offense.
And this is so simple. This is the last year of his contract. Right? So if we get, hold on. If we get maximum effort from George Pickens all the time, 17 weeks, he's looking at $25 to $30 million a year.
Easily.
Easily. How hard is this? It's not hard to figure out. Again, we come back to what we talked about on this show at this time last week. In Pittsburgh, he was viewed as the most talented guy in the league, the most talented receiver, but somebody that they could not always count on for various reasons. Be that guy for 1 year where your team can count on you, where you're giving maximum effort in the run game, where you're running full speed.
The most talented player, but the team couldn't trust him. Cowboys Nation, I'm not going to front. This is a situation that Brian Schottenheimer and company are going to have to figure out for the team's sake as well as for the sake of George Pickens' upcoming contract. But let's go ahead and dive into that a little bit more, shall we? Y'all ready for this Raw and Uncut? Y'all ready? Let's get it. Get ready for the Angry Cowboys fans, Raw and Uncut.
I'm being keeping it real. They keep it real. That's real.
All right, Cowboys Nation. First and foremost, allow me to get this out the way because I know I'm going to encounter it in the comment section. Yes, I expect every single player out on that field to give 100% when they're on the field. Could you imagine an offensive lineman taking a play off? Can you imagine an offensive tackle taking plays off? So why is it okay for a wide receiver to take plays off? I don't care if you're 1 or you're 1A. If you're out on that field, it is your duty to run at full speed no matter if you're getting the ball or not, Cowboys Nation. But there were so many lackluster blocking attempts from George Pickens, a number of lazy routes being ran by George Pickens. The Dallas Cowboys can afford their wide receiver 2 to not give it his all when he's out on the field. To keep it a buck, the offense pretty much depends on every single wide receiver out there to do their job to the best of their abilities every single time they line up between the numbers. The harsh reality is, no matter how much Brian Schottenheimer wants to marry the run with the pass, your most dangerous weapons are within the wide receiver core, so the pass is going to set up the run until the run demands the league's attention and respect, Cowboys Nation. But we came into this offseason screaming that the Dallas Cowboys needed a bona fide wide receiver 2 to line up opposite of CeeDee Lamb. We got the news that we were going to be trading for George Pickens. Our prayers were answered, but with George Pickens comes his reputation of being a problem child for a football team. He has the opportunity to change that narrative as well as secure a huge bag moving forward, Cowboys Nation. You would figure that he would want to be going 100 miles an hour on every play, considering it's a contract year. But against the New York Football Giants, it's imperative that this offensive scheme gets George Pickens more involved to make him feel like he's a vital piece to this offense and not just a decoy for CeeDee Lamb to get spammed over and over. I understand that the gameplay was to throw away from the Eagles' best cornerback in Quinyon Mitchell, but the Dallas Cowboys have the prime opportunity to exploit the New York Football Giants cornerbacks with each wide receiver that hits that field. And I'm going to keep it a buck, Cowboys Nation. If I can give Jalen Tolbert the business, I can damn sure give George Pickens the business for looking like what he looked like against the Philadelphia Eagles, like he was just strolling on the field. There is no player on this team that's above reproach when it comes to this team playing at the best of their abilities, and you know damn well what we saw against the Philadelphia Eagles was not George Pickens, nor CeeDee Lamb, nor Jalen Tolbert, nor Miles Sanders' best. Each one of these players has what it takes to put their defenders in a blender. This week is the perfect time to show Cowboys Nation what this wide receiver room is truly about. But against the New York Giants, I'd like to see more Kevontae Turpin at wide receiver 3. I believe his speed will be a factor during the game against the Giants. Speed from our running backs is going to be a factor, as well as our wide receivers. The offensive line is out there doing their damn thing every single play, giving 100%. So I'm going to need the guys to match the offensive line's intensity in order to get a dub during the game, because you don't want to go 0-2 in the division, Cowboys Nation. And also, Brian Schottenheimer's going to have a man-to-man talk when it comes to George Pickens. He's going to have to man up and have that harsh conversation with George Pickens. He's going to have to lay down the law when it comes to his effort out on the field. We can't have liabilities out on the field like that, Cowboys Nation. At the same time, Schotty's going to have to involve the rest of the wide receiver core before his players check out mentally. Dak Prescott's going to have to target more than just CeeDee Lamb in order to get this entire offense rocking. Will they do that against the New York Giants? We'll find out this coming Sunday, Cowboys Nation. But until then, this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. Cowboys Nation, how do you feel about George Pickens' level of commitment when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys? Do you feel he'll turn it around enough for the Dallas Cowboys to do what it takes to extend him at the end of the season? Y'all know how we do. We always talk about it in the comment section. If you're digging this content and you want to help the channel achieve its goal of 20,000 subscribers, drop a like on this video and please consider sharing it with anybody that you know is a Dallas Cowboys fan. If you are DC for life and want Brian Schottenheimer to lay down the law with each wide receiver in that wide receiver room, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I go live, release a video, podcast episode, film breakdowns, or Madden 26 or College Football 26 gameplay. Being a former wide receiver / tight end, I know the importance of getting to your targets. The thing is, you can't mope around the field when you don't get the ball thrown your way all the damn time. We gotta man up and play football at 100 in order to get 100 out of the team that you play for. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan, and I'm out. Dang, Angry Cowboys Fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.